Welcome back to Pit Pass. Matt, let's get right into talking about what went down Sunday in California. So Alex Bowman, the Scheuermann, picked up his second career win, first of the season, in just the third race of 2020. The Chevys, they look back in order. They look really strong.
Yeah, he had a top 15 finish at Vegas and a top 25 finish at the 500. So he really came back with and really took some momentum in this race. And I think it was you really knew that he separated himself from the rest of the pack because only 3 drivers had a closer time, a lap time than he did, and he really took his stretches away on the third and fourth turns, and he really separated himself from the rest of the pack.
And he won by quite the margin, nearly 9 seconds that he won by over second place Kyle Busch, followed by Kurt Busch, third place. Great run for Kurt, coming back after 2 bad finishes to begin the year.
Yeah, and especially Joe Gibbs Racing really, I think, even though the finish results don't really reflect the race they had, I think Truex and Hamlin really did a number when they started 31 and 32nd. They got it to the front of the pack. Both of them had top 15 finishes. Their car really looked really nice, and they really came out of nowhere in the middle of the pack.
Yeah, and the race only saw 1 caution, 3 total if you include the ends of stage 1 and 2. 3 cautions total for 13 laps. Clint Bowyer, he had that blown tire. He was the pole sitter, but how about Jimmie Johnson? He started second, finished 7th. They had a really good tribute with the 5-car wide thing at the beginning, and his family waved the green flag.
Yeah, and I think that really was inspiring for Jimmie Johnson, especially knowing that it was your last race in your last hometown, and I think that really gave him the edge, and it really gave him the push they needed to get a top 10 finish.
So let's move on to the truck series now. After Kyle Busch won the 2nd truck race of the year in Las Vegas, Kevin Harvick posted on Twitter he would offer $50,000 to any Cup driver who is willing to come down and beat Kyle Busch at his own game. And then later last week, CEO Marcus Lemonis, the CEO of Gander Outdoors, the entitlement sponsor of the truck series, said, "I will match that, Kevin Harvick." And now the grand pot is $100,000 for any Cup driver who could come down to beat Kyle Busch. Chase Elliott and Kyle Larson are already entered into Atlanta. Chase Elliott will be racing it, and then Homestead, which Larson will be racing in.
Yeah, and I think that'll really be key because Larson's known to win at Homestead, and I think that's his favorite track. And I think he also speaks to how competitive it gets, and it gets more people interested into the truck series, because if you're an outsider looking in and you see this well-known name going into the truck series, you're going to follow him because you like him, and he's a name brand, he's well-liked around the sport, and it also brings a more competitive aspect to the truck series, and it gets more people watching more truck series races.
And both of those guys, Elliott and Larson, they will be driving a GMS supplied truck. That's big, a big Chevy team down in the truck series. A great opportunity for them. Denny Hamlin even wants in on this. He wants to face Kyle Busch at Martinsville next month, but is still searching for a ride.
Yeah, and I think that's really key because Kyle Busch talks about that, and that's really what it hinges on, is if you can find a ride at all.
And let's move on to Ryan Newman. Ryan Newman, it was really good to see him back at the shop at Roush Fenway last week. He did visit the shop, and he was greeted to a well-deserved standing ovation. He got back, talked to the team, and even went out fishing, a little therapy fishing for him.
Yeah, I think that was really good for him. Kind of go to a different place, get your mind at ease, kind of get away from the track a little bit. But I think it was really vital for him to get back to the team. And I think Roush Fenway did a really good job of, posting the pictures online on Twitter, and you saw that during the race. And I think that was really key for, all the society as a whole to know that he was okay and he's doing well.
And Ross Chastain still continues to fill in for Ryan Newman until further update. Right now it's week to week, so we don't know when Ryan Newman will be back, but hopefully soon. We have another pit stop to make, but stay tuned as we will break down the career and give a driver profile on young phenom Kyle Larson. You're watching Pit Pass on UWW-TV.